Shalom, y'all. As Barbara said, I'm Gloria Adelson from Sisterhood Emmanuel in Charleston, South Carolina. I helped a friend who happened to be Sisterhood president at the time do a small committee job. And really, the rest is history. From there, I became Ways and Means Vice President, had 2 terms as president, did multiple other things. Then I was promoted to Southern Branch, holding several positions there, including Conference VP and President. And I've been very fortunate to serve as an International Vice President, the Affiliation Chair, Consultant, and International Board Member of Women's League. And next week, I will be ending my 3rd and final term as Sisterhood President. Tonight, I'm thrilled to be here with BQLI region. As Barbara mentioned, I am so very impressed with your region. You really have it together, ladies.
Hi, I'm Randy Schwartz, and I'm from Winnipeg in Canada. So you've got the whole gamut here, from up north to down south. I think Barbara covered a lot of what I was going to say, but I was president of my sisterhood. I was branch president of what was then Midwest Branch. I was branch president during the time that Women's League changed from branches to regions. And when restructuring of the existing 25 regions at the time were reduced to the 13 that it now is. My Midwest region merged with Southwest region, which became the largest geographic region in the organization, spanning, and she told you, we go all the way from Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Canada, all the way down to Texas in the south. Mexico is part of our region. However, it is actually managed through the New York office. This has been deemed a successful merger, as the Midwest culture seemed to have outweighed the North-South culture. Who knew? I've been a Women's League Vice President twice, and have held the positions on the International Executive Committee and Board of Vice Convention Chair, Region Services Team Lead, and am the immediate past International Torah Fund Chair and a Women's League consultant. In the present administration, I'm the Torah Fund Canadian Liaison, and Gloria and I are delighted to be with you this evening. We want to begin with a few housekeeping instructions. First, we would like to advise, as Barbara said, that Anise Parnes has agreed to act as our technical woman for this session. We thank her very much for her expertise in agreeing to assist us this evening. She's been a great resource. We are going to keep everyone muted throughout so we don't have any background noise interfering in us this evening. The chat will also be disabled, but will be enabled again during our question periods, which we are going to intersperse throughout the evening after each section we cover. As well, we have added an asterisk after the name of each of your first-time board members. In that way, we, as the session continues, at a glance, we can tell who you are. This slide, the next slide, this outlines the agenda and topics for this evening's discussion. We understand that there are 14 new members of your board of directors, and I want to take a few minutes to congratulate Grace Schessler, your region nominating chair, and her committee for a job extremely well done. As I have visited many of our regions prior to COVID, one of the challenges that is prominent throughout the organization is the inability to fill a complete slate of officers on their board, both at the region and the affiliate level. It's heartwarming to see that your nominating committee has not only filled the slate, but has reached out to fill 14 positions with new, talented, and promising leaders at the BQLI region level. Toda Rabah, and welcome to all of you. We requested from each board member a short 2-sentence comment about yourself, something no one else knew. We have received some and we thank you. We will be using this as somewhat of an icebreaker to our session, and we will be sharing them with you throughout the evening. So here we go. The next slide, Denise.
No, I thought you wanted to call the names.
No, we're not. We're doing it after. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the way it's set up. Here you will see the Women's League mission statement on the slide on your screens. The mission of Women's League for Conservative Judaism is to strengthen and unite synagogue women's groups, their members and individual members, support them in mutual efforts to understand and perpetuate conservative Masorti Judaism in the home, synagogue, and community, and to reinforce their bonds with Israel and Jews worldwide. I want to take a minute just to define Masorti for you. I have found that our women use the term conservative Masorti without knowing its connotation. Masorti is conservative Judaism outside of North America. The mission statement for your region, BQLI region, is shown on this slide. I took it directly from your region bylaws. Got to go up. The mission of the region is to serve as a connection between Women's League and its affiliates and members, provide services to strengthen the sisterhoods, women's groups, and foster a region identity that connects sisterhoods on a personal level. Of interest on all printed communication coming from your region, I noticed the statement, Sisters Building a Spiritual Community Together. This, I imagine, is a tagline which does augment the spirit of your mission statement and includes this year's Torah Fund and Women's League theme, Biyachad. Every 3 to 5 years, we suggest you revisit the mission statement to decide whether it needs to be refocused because the demographics of your members have changed or because the objective has been accomplished. Yours seems to be broad enough, generic enough, that it remains relevant. If the group is satisfied that it is still working for the region, then leave it as is. While I mention the region bylaws, I want to take just a moment to elaborate on this. Bylaws define the structure of the organization. Bylaws should be brief, definite, and unequivocal. They should avoid ambiguous wording, but should be elastic enough to allow for growth. The bylaws can be amended by a procedure defined in the bylaws themselves. Model bylaws for regions have just been updated and can be found on the Women's League website. It is recommended that the bylaws be reviewed at the beginning of each new administration. On reviewing your region bylaws, I noticed that they were last updated in 2016. So I would therefore recommend that it is time to review your bylaws to ensure they provide the direction required to operate your region efficiently and effectively. Any revisions to the region mission or the region bylaws should be undertaken by a committee struck by your region president, Barbara, and chaired by the region parliamentarian. The revisions should be brought to the region executive committee, who, after discussion and agreement to said revisions, will recommend to the region board that they be accepted. After ratification of the revised bylaws, a copy should be sent to the Women's League International Parliamentarian, Marilyn Berkowitz, and each one of the members of your board. If you have any questions about your mission statement or your bylaws, the chat is just being enabled so you can type them into your chat. Now we will take a little bit of time to, let's see. There's more information coming, and if you think of something later, you know, we'll address it then. So
I don't have any questions yet.
okay. Well, we can move on, and we can move them into the next one if that's fine. Everybody's listening and engaged. That's good. Right now, we're going to share some of the personal comments that we received. We're just going to do them a few at a time just to get the flavor of this. This we received. I love to help other people, especially those I do not know. I have made and donated many quilted and crocheted blankets for hospitalized ill children through Crochet for Charity, We Care Blankets, a group at my synagogue. I have donated my hair 7 times to help children and women dealing with hair loss. Ladies, meet Terry Fields. There she is. Welcome, Terry. Thank you. The next one is, I'm a multiple career person now working with veterans to help them find employment and stay employed at Long Island Cares, the Harry Chapin Food Bank based in a food pantry, and assist there as needed. I'm a retired lawyer, mostly insurance law, in both private and public nonprofit areas. I attended law school at night while a registered lobbyist in Washington, D.C. I lived in India for a year in the 70s. My daughter just graduated and passed her licensing exam for her LMSW. I'm a Disney fan and love to travel. Ladies, here's Fern Summer. Here she is. The next one is, I want to share with you, is I love to challenge myself Judaically, and I love to make my husband and 2 adult sons proud of me. I learned how to read Hebrew at 30 years of age. Everything I have learned regarding Judaism happened to me as an adult. I was bat mitzvahed twice, once alone and once in a group of women. I learned how to chant Torah in my 40s. I have given a few Divrei Torah, and most recently I learned how to daven Musaf. And now we see Ellen Wasserman. Hi, Ellen. And the final one for this portion, I am past BQLI region president. Presently, I am a Women's League vice president and programming chair. Here is your past region president, Grace Schessler. Hi, Grace. Okay. Gloria?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just 1 minute, please.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. We're ready.
Thank you, Anise. As an officer or a member of the board of directors of BQLI, you represent Women's League for Conservative Judaism and BQLI region at all affiliate, region, and international events. You are the role model. As such, you are expected to uphold the WLCJ standards of leadership. On Shabbat and on Yom Tov, you should not be making telephone calls or sending emails. Although BQLI region is in one time zone, Women's League covers several time zones, so please be aware of the receiver's time zone as well as your own time zone. Jewish study. It's another of Women's League standards. Women's League provides a myriad of educational opportunities, especially right now. As a role model, you should take advantage of those events and encourage your sisters to do the same. And remember, while you should encourage your family and friends to join you, please never put them or anyone else in an embarrassing position. Embarrassing someone is not a Jewish thing. Always maintain kashrut when you are on Women's League business or at Women's League events. There are many, many vegetarian options available today should you find yourself in a non-kosher restaurant or home. Please remember that from the time you leave home until the time you return, you are representing Women's League. As a BQLI region board member, hopefully you are contributing to Torah Fund Masorti Days of Study, your region and your synagogue, based of course on your ability to do so. Attendance at synagogue services naturally is highly recommended for all region board members. Remember, you are a role model, and interesting enough, you may not have any idea of who may be modeling you. Love and support for Israel is especially important as a board member. Travel to Israel is also a key, and of course, that depends on your ability to do so. Do we have any questions about these standards of leadership? I think Anise will unmute. No,
She's
No,
gonna.
Enable
the chat
chat.
is enabled. Chat is enabled. I don't see any.
Okay. Well, ladies, let's learn about some of your other board members. This is my second time as Education and Programming VP. I was Education VP about 6 or 8 years ago. I am a 2-time Sisterhood President, and this is my 11th year on the BQLI board. Ladies, meet Karen Seltzer, if you don't already know her. Welcome, Karen. The next one got a chuckle from Randy and me. In elementary school, my nickname was Gidget, after Sally Field's TV show. We have Donna Fleiss. I could see where you could be a Gidget. I am so grateful to be able to devote so much of my time, energy, and organizational skills to Women's League, as well as my synagogue and MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. I love volunteering and find the work so rich and rewarding. We have Janie Majewski. Thank you. Welcome, Janie. And now we will continue with Randy.
Okay, just 1 minute, please. Okay.
Okay, it is important that you are aware of and use the correct terminology in your communication within the region board and throughout Women's League as a whole. The most recent change is that we will now refer to our sisterhoods as affiliates. A large number of our sisterhoods have moved away from the title sisterhood, as they felt it had an old world connotation. Some are known as Women of Congregation so-and-so, or Women's League of Congregation so-and-so, etc. Therefore, Women's League has changed the reference to affiliates. You will notice this change in the newly revised bylaws, both region and the former sisterhood, now affiliate bylaws, the newly revised region president's handbook, etc. Of note, it is not wrong to use sisterhood, but affiliate is the preferred term. Is everybody seeing everything? Because mine has just gone wonky on me. I don't know what happened here. My screen, I mean.
We're seeing it.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's something, I must have touched something. I'm sorry. The second change, the terminology we want to remind you about is there are 3 levels of Women's League organization, and they're known as international, region, and affiliates. We are hearing the term national. The correct term is international. So please bear that in mind whenever you refer to the organization. Since the structure change in 2008, we have regions, not branches. And when referring to our regions, please do not use the term regional. This is incorrect. You are having a region meeting. You will be attending a region event, not a regional event. And thirdly, the proper term is executive committee, not executive board. The region positions of president, vice presidents, treasurer, financial secretary, recording secretary, registrar, parliamentarian, and immediate past president comprise the executive committee. The members of your communications team, ways and means team, sisterhood support team, education and engagement team, Torah Fund team, and all honorary board members comprise your region board. Are there any questions about that, the new terminology, or the correct terminology? Okay. Anything, Amy's? Okay.
No,
They're going to get warmed up and then they're going to shower us with all the questions.
okay.
I just want to share some more of the personal comments we received. I was born in Glasgow, Scotland. Fairly new addition to my body are 2 plates and 13 screws in my arm. That's Lillian Gradovsky. And we're glad they put you all back together. Put you back together again, Lillian. The next one is I am the proud mom of 2 boys, one who just graduated high school. I have been a grade 1 and 2 teacher for 26 years. Ladies, meet Lauren Pollock. And hi, Lauren.
Welcome.
The third one for this one, I went to a Jewish camp for underprivileged children, Camp Sussex. I was a camper, counselor, and group leader. When I went into the real world after college, I was also on their board of directors. Ladies, Robin Belfer. Hi, Robin. Okay, so we're going to move on now.
We're going to give Anise just a minute to put
Yes,
the slide up.
please. Yes, thank you. Hold on. How'd I end up? Okay, we're ready.
You want to go back one, I think.
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. According to the National Council of Nonprofits, the first task of a board member is to know what your region is really trying to do. Why are we working? Why are we asking for money? Why are we asking for volunteers? What is it that we want to achieve? What is our vision and our mission? In other words, what is our goal and what will it take to reach that goal? Now, Mazel Tov, you are a member of BQLI region of Women's League for Conservative Judaism. Now what? If you read any description of a board, it will allude to the honor that has been bestowed upon you. And then it will go on to say that board membership brings with it responsibilities that require time, skills, and resources to carry out the day-to-day business of the region. So, what are your responsibilities? First, you should ask for a copy of your region bylaws, which should contain the position description. And if you have not been given a copy yet, ask for it. And if you've given a copy, make sure you read it. You should know the duties of your portfolio, and it's crucial for you to become very familiar with your bylaws. Perhaps for your first board meeting, the bylaws can be reviewed so that everyone has a working knowledge of them. And please be sure to ask questions if anything is unclear. It's important to attend all region meetings and other meetings pertaining to your duties. You should actively serve on at least one committee and follow through on those assignments. As a board member, you need to support program initiatives. For a successful board, you need to communicate with all other board members. It's also a must that you contact your parallel chairs at Women's League and at your affiliates. Be available to answer affiliate questions and ensure that there is up and down communication among the three strata of Women's League. It's also very important to attend region events and to attend all affiliate events whenever possible. As a board member, you are expected to support Torah Fund, the Masorti Days of Study, your region, and your synagogue to your ability. And as a role model, you should project a positive image to your affiliates. For best communication, you need to open, read, and utilize Women's League for Conservative Judaism and BQLI emails and snail mail, emails like the Women's League Week. You are responsible for knowing what is going on in Women's League and in your region. You should read, be creative, and look for new methods and ideas. And of course, you should attend services whenever possible and make sure you pass on your portfolio to your successor. In addition, Boardable, a nonprofit software company, offers one of the most subtle duties of a nonprofit board member is obedience. The board should do everything in its power to reach organizational goals, but members still have an obligation to follow your organization's guidelines. And these guidelines are found in your bylaws and any known written policies. Board members should do more than just show up. They should fully support and embody your organization's mission and be loyal ambassadors for your cause. When acting on behalf of BQLI, each board member must put aside their personal and professional interest. All activities and decisions must be in the best interest of BQLI and Women's League, not in the best interest of an individual board member. In other words, board members should advance the mission of the organization only. Further, current board members should constantly be on the lookout for passionate, qualified members who would bring additional knowledge, talent, and background experience to the table to have them serve as future board members. Does anyone have any questions on this part?
I do. How do we get a hold of the region bylaws to learn our duties?
Your region president should have that, and it should be available to you.
And we're going to cover that a little in the next section, I think, as well.
Anything else? Okay. Let's go meet some more. Or if you already know them, now you might know something about them that you never knew before. I'm a longtime member of Jericho Jewish Center. I'm an art teacher at West Hampton UFSD, SD. I love working with children and people of all ages and using art as a form of self-reflection, relaxation, and personal growth. I look forward to serving on the BQLI board and getting to meet everyone. Ladies, may I present Lori Shinners. Welcome. I was part of the founding staff of 2 City of New York advocacy offices. I hate bananas. Ladies, Marsha Belgorod.
She's not with us tonight.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now you know something about her though. I am a professional Jewish educator, Hebrew school and day school, and I have taught music, Hebrew, tefillah, Torah, family, education, and everything in between. I am also a professional singer, conductor, pianist, arranger, and have used my skills for creating lay, children's, teen, senior, and professional choir, as well as performing in theater and concerts. That's talent. I am married to a cousin and have 4 kids and 2 grandkids. I'm sure most people know Jerry Blum. You were quite accomplished. When I retired from teaching elementary school art after 33 years in the same classroom, my brother said that I would never be bored. So I became involved with BQLI region, learned to quilt, and now during the pandemic, adding baking bread and going for long walks on the many beautiful trails in Suffolk County parks. Where are you, Vicki Granite? Welcome. And back to our show, Anise, please.
Okay.
We're going to discuss resources available to us now. Women's League provides a wealth of information for its region board. The first one is every executive board and board member should have a current copy of the BQLI region bylaws and keep it easily accessible in your workplace. The bylaws contain all the job descriptions for each position and are tailored to your specific region. As I mentioned previously, Women's League has provided an updated region model region bylaws, which are meant to be used but personalized to your region. The updated model region bylaws are available online. Your region president should provide each member of the region executive committee and region board with a copy of the existing BQLI bylaws. The first resource is your predecessor. As a region leader, please request from your predecessor all files of previous Women's League materials and replace where necessary. She should pass on to you all meeting minutes of her team, all policies that have been passed that directly relate to your portfolio. Example, all correspondence, activities undertaken, and event planning. You should ask her what she would have done differently with specifics and any information about prospective leaders she worked with. I would also suggest that you ask her to share with you any visions or programs she had intended to undertake but was unable to make happen, especially with what we have been through this past year and a half. Another resource is your parallel international chairs. Keep a file of their contact information and any pertinent Women's League correspondence, ideas, etc. she may forward you. If you do not hear from her, don't wait for her to call. Pick up the phone and contact her. She should be a wealth of information for you and be in touch with you. Your region president will provide you with the names and contact information of your international parallel chair. If you have not attended a Women's League Leadership Institute, I would strongly suggest you do so when we can once again get together. This session is usually 2 days in length, will expand your skills as a leader and enhance your knowledge as a Jewish woman while strengthening your connection to Women's League, your region, and affiliates. It gives you the opportunity to network with other women, master goal setting, master time management, and team building. I had taken many management leadership courses offered at my place of employment, but this was the best of them all. I came away enthused, confident, and with an expanded knowledge base. And keep your eyes and ears open for the announcement of the next Leadership Institute. As with all Women's League activities, you meet new friends too, and you have a lasting connection with them after you've attended one of the Leadership Institutes. The fifth one is you are taking advantage of one resource offered here this evening, consulting services. Consulting services will provide professionally trained women to address board training at no charge to you, other than if you would like to provide home hospitality. If not, Women's League will cover the cost of a hotel stay if it requires an overnight stay. The only cost you will incur is to remember to feed the consultant at least 3 times a day as well. These consultants will help in leadership building, team building, group dynamics, membership, self-development, and speakers training. Custom designed workshops are also available. If you think your team could benefit with a Women's League consulting session, please discuss this with Barbara so she can tailor the session to address the challenges your team or your executive committee are facing. As well, she will be aware of other teams who may be experiencing the exact same challenge so she can get both teams together. Please remember that consultants should not be contacted directly for services. All requests must go through Barbara to the consulting services chair, vice chair, or through Women's League website. Of course, all consultants are able to be provided by consulting service sessions via Zoom as well. That will continue. Now, we're going to go to, we've talked before, we're going to go to the Women's League website. Women's League has updated their website. This update is easy to navigate and you can find all the documents and material you need quickly. Bear in mind it is still under construction, so we will have to be patient as they continue to make changes. Gloria and I enclosed a document which we discussed a little bit prior to the meeting, entitled the Region Board Scavenger Hunt, with our invitation to you to join us this evening. This is a tool to assist you with navigating your way through the website to access the various sections that will help make your job easier. Much of the educational programming and social action material that Women's League has created, including videos of previous events, are available. We hope many of you found some time to work your way through the scavenger hunt. But for all of us, we're going to take a few minutes to work our way through it together this evening. You'll see that Anise has it. That's the face page. So I'm just going to say logging on is just a click away. To make the most of our website, you will need to access some of the password protected materials. Now I'm just going to wait because I think I'm going to, just a minute.
Would you like me to log in now?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I just want to say, on the upper right-hand corner of the Women's League homepage is a button that says log in. Can you see it?
Right here.
Right there. See it? If it is your first time logging on, or if you have forgotten your password, click on the appropriate button on the bottom, and you'll see down here. Otherwise, enter your email, the one that Women's League has on file for you. Remember to use the one that you've given them. And your password. Women's League, when the first time you log in, Women's League will send you that login. That first time you log in, they will send it to you. And you should change your password the first time you were on site. It comes in as this gobbledygook of letters and numbers and everything else. It doesn't make any sense at all, like hieroglyphics. But then you change it to whatever you want, Mom's Line or whatever name you want and you're happy with. So on the first time you're on the site. If you should continue having difficulty logging on, email Rachel Kessler, and I want to give you her email address. R. Kessler, Kessler, at WLCJ.org. All staff uses the initial of their first name, their entire second name, and it's at WLCJ.org. She will give you a call back and assist you, whether it is to remind you of a previous password or providing a new one for you, and can walk you through the login and assist you through any challenges you may be experiencing. Remember that the office is still closed right now. There's no staff on site, but we are looking into having it open shortly once they're assured that the building itself and the office are safe for our staff and any visitors. Now we're going to go through this. Now we're going to log in, and of course Anise is using her own private login. And the first thing we're going to do is update my profile. We're going to look at. There it is right there, the middle one. And we're going to go down to the box. I wish to receive periodic email updates from Women's League, and we want to see if it's checked. Where is that? I'm just looking.
Right there.
There it is. Here it is. Okay. So we would like you to make sure that you've checked that box. You should be, as a board member, receiving everything that Women's League has to offer you so that you can read it and are aware of it, and that you can pass it on to your affiliates. And it's really, you get a lot of valuable information on there. And then you check it, frequently your profile to make sure that it's up to date and keep it up to date. How many different, okay, so now we're going to click back and we're going to download. Does everybody go through that? Do you want us to go through?
1 minute. Did you want to mention about the update
No.
profile at the bottom here?
Yeah.
The position, well, also the positions that they may
Yes.
hold.
Yeah, no, I know that, yeah. Okay, so we can do, the positions there are the ones that, of course, Anise has. This is her page. But you should check that and see that they have your region, that you're a region board member, whatever your portfolio is, that it's listed there. You'll put it in there, make sure it's done. And if anything changes, make sure you go in and change it.
And then click.
And I think that was everything.
Update, and then click update.
Correct.
Yeah, the updates, right.
Call from Levin returned.
What did that say?
Someone got a call. I don't know.
Okay, there you go.
Would you like me to leave this page now and go back to the
Now
other
we're
one?
gonna go, yeah,
Yeah.
just a minute. Now we're gonna go back to
Download.
top, and we're gonna download Women's League member materials, which is the first box. And you'll see that there's a lot of icons here. Can you count and see how many there are there? There's 14. And some may be a little different than others. If you're on the Women's League executive team, there will be something in there as well. So about that, you will have that. It's automatically loaded onto your personal page. Now we can go back, and we're going to click on the regions icon. And there it says how many, they've got all the regions. How many regions does Women's League have?
13.
13, that's right. There's 13, and they're all listed, and you can click on it, whatever you want there. They have how many different materials are listed under the region administration. So we're going to go to region administration there, and you'll just count how many there are, and there are 9. And what you can do there, what you'll see is there's the uniform region bylaws. Now this is the uniform one, and when you revise it, when you get your BQLI bylaws, that package, that document will be personalized to BQLI and to your region. So this is just the uniform bylaws. And but you can download it if you want to take a look at it. And then you can return to the main menu again. It's got a little prompt there. And then you can go into download member materials. You got that?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, well, there they are. Okay. And I think we did this already, didn't we?
Did you want to do sisterhoods?
Yeah, sisterhoods. Sorry, I lost my place here. Click on the sisterhoods. And if you click on home, it will take you back to the icons. I think somebody mentioned at the beginning when they got to this, they couldn't get back to the page. So just, can you do that again for them so they can see where you
Sure.
go from?
Okay. And if you click on home, you come back to the main menu.
There you go.
Let's try it another way. Let's go here. Return to main menu. That's where you bypass. So you really want to click on home.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Here and home so that you can get back to this page.
Yeah. Now, apparently, now we've had the revision. They're really working on this web page, the website, and apparently there was your request. You know, the what is it called at the top? If you go back,
Search.
The search thing didn't work very well. It worked
Right here.
periodically, if at all. It's working now, so that if you want to put in a keyword for something and you get lost and you want to find something in particular specific, put it in there and it should take you right there. So that's a shortcut for you to take as well. Now, take time to play with it. Don't be afraid of it. You can't break it. And if you did break it, phone Rachel or get a hold of Rachel and she'll help you through it. So that's okay.
Oh.
She's marvelous. As I say, they're not in the office, but if you email her, or you can phone the office, and I think she's picking up her calls, but just email her at rkessler@wlcj.org, and she is marvelous. She'll return your call, leave her your number, and she'll get back to you. And she's got the patience of a saint, so she'll walk you through anything. Even if you can't articulate it, I find that she reads between the lines and she can get it done. So don't be afraid. Play with it a little bit so that you can find it, because it's an invaluable resource for you. So
Shall I
now,
log out now?
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Unless you want to leave it on. Are there any questions about this? Anything we covered, the resources?
I have a question.
Yeah.
When I looked at my profile, it had that I was on the program committee, but it doesn't have that I'm now treasurer. Do I fix that on there? I wasn't really
Yes.
able to.
Yeah.
Is it me? Okay.
Go on and do that. You've got the capacity to do that. And yeah, it should be updated so that that's your profile, so it should be right.
Got it. Okay.
So we do have a question on updating on how we can update our position in the profile ourselves. And I don't know, are we able to do that? Or is that something that has to go through Women's League?
No, that's what you just did.
But I actually had tried to do that, like when we first got this worksheet, and I was unable. It wouldn't take any of my cues going
Oh,
in.
okay. So maybe, you know what? I'm going to find out about that
Okay.
and I will get back to you. I don't know who I'm speaking to.
This is Donna.
That's
Flight.
Donna.
Oh, Donna. Okay, Donna. And you know what? I'll let everybody know. I'll get the information and we'll get back to the whole group as a whole, just in case anybody else runs into that same problem.
Thank you.
We can get back to you. Okay. So it's inputting. Okay.
Was it just that section, Donna? Updating, or was it another section?
It was just that section. It was nothing.
Okay.
Just that one area, and so I thought, oh, maybe they put it in for
And
me.
that
But
may very
I'm
well be.
aware of all the things I've done. So, yeah. Okay,
Or
thanks.
they keep it current. So I'm going to find that out because that very well may be why it is. So I'll find out and I'll let you know, and I'll make sure Barbara knows about it so we can share it with everybody that's on the call.
But another board member also tried to and couldn't. So if you can look into that and get back to us.
It may be protected. It may be protected.
Yes.
So that, nobody can misrepresent themselves. Not that we would do that, but I'm just saying, it's, Barbara, you wanted to say something?
I submitted the list of a lot of the executive committee members and a lot of some of the other positions to Sandy Blumenthal and to Debbie, Kata Goldich. I don't know when it's going to be updated because it's a 21-22. So I don't know when it's not in there yet. I don't think.
Okay, so I'll check on that, and that very well may be, that they haven't done it. Sandy and I talk often, so
Okay, you want to
find
check
out
with
about
her?
that.
Okay, thanks very much, Randy.
Somebody just wrote something about phoning Rachel, or she called Rachel or emailed Rachel. I saw something on the screen here. Just a minute.
That was me, Lori Diamond. Yeah, I didn't know how to do it. So I just said, how do I do this? And she must have put it in. So
now another thing, okay, that's great. That's good, Lori. You know what else it may be is that they are still updating and correcting the website, and it may just that, right now we can't do it because maybe they're working on something there, and so it's sort of out of commission for a little bit. But just be patient. But I'm going to find out on that so that it's not a guessing game, and that what we're doing.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you get to all these things through the app on the phone?
Good.
You should be able to get to the Women's League.
When you go through the Women's League app, does it get you everywhere that you can get if you go online to WLCJ.org?
Unless it hasn't been updated, the app, if it's a new app, it should be. But so it's at the phone.
I'm checking it right now.
Okay.
I thought that they said at the last meeting we had that the app wasn't updated and it was no longer valid.
Oh,
really?
okay.
Does
Well,
anybody else remember that?
And then they'll send it out to everybody, but I will double check on that. Gloria's just checking it now, but I will double check if the phone app is working. If we can access the page without that.
Right.
No,
You can't. Okay.
no.
So I'll find out why not, because it should be. We should be able to.
Well, I don't think the app's been updated.
No, it hasn't for a while. I know that. So
Yeah,
I
so
want to see
that's,
how it works, because then we will have to download the new app when it becomes available. Obviously, it's not ready to go. So, okay. So we've got any other questions? As I say, don't be afraid to use it. You're not going to break it, and just go in and out, and just let me know if Raise will know if you run into problems at all. Just get a hold of Gloria or I, and we'd be happy to help you with that. And
it has not been updated. The BQLI region still shows Anise as the president.
okay. Okay, so you know what? It's still new because everybody hasn't been installed yet. I don't
Right.
think. So that may be in the next week or so. But I'll find that out and get back to you. We thought maybe now that we've been sitting, if everybody said we want to have a bathroom break or just stretch or just move around a little bit, and for about 5 minutes, we'll take a break. Is that okay?
I can go back to schmoozing.
Yeah.
At least we won't have a line at the bathroom.
I love it. That's very true. Very, very true.
Yeah, that's good.
I was thinking that when using sisterhood and affiliates, I've been finding myself
Who's
using
speaking?
Grace.
I thought it was Grace. Okay, I just wanted.
I've been finding that I've been writing sisterhood affiliates as if
One
that
word.
right. Well, it's one concept, and this way it sort of helps with the transitional time right now, because some people might be like, affiliates, what does that even mean? But if we say sisterhood affiliates for a little bit and eventually then drop the sisterhood, that's my own personal way of transitioning to the new terminology.
That's good. Sisterhood is the adjective.
Actually, when we were doing the script, we were finding when we went over it and we were rehearsing that we had left sisterhood in, and I'm really doing sisterhood / affiliate or affiliate / sisterhood. So, you know, and do whatever you're comfortable with, especially when you're communicating. It's one thing for yourself, you'll get used to it in transition. But if you're speaking to one of your affiliates and you're contacting them, make sure they know what their name is, and you know, just as you're talking, so they know what you're talking about, because it's a new concept and we didn't use it before. So
can I ask a question? This is Susan Bernstein. I'm from East Meadow Bethel Jewish Center, and I totally do not understand this word affiliates. I don't understand why it's advantageous to us. I do not understand how to use it. If I would speak to my board, if I said we're an affiliate, they're going to go, affiliate of what?
Women's League.
Okay, but okay. So
also BQLI.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So affiliate, it's a more generic term, Susan, than sisterhood. Some affiliates refer to themselves as, let's say I'm at Midway, the Women of Midway Jewish Center. Some actually say WLCJ. They use Women's League in their name, and they don't refer to themselves as sisterhoods. So by calling them affiliates, you're capturing more of the general representation of the sisterhood groups. You know, sometimes they don't go by sisterhoods, and they don't need to be pigeonholed that way. So let's say East Meadow Bethel is an affiliate of Midway. I'm sorry, is an affiliate of BQLI region. And it's like Gloria said, when you say sisterhood affiliate, sisterhood is the type of affiliate it is. It just means that you're a group that is part of another larger organization, which it is. Sisterhoods are a part of Women's League, but in between you have the BQLI region, and we connect. So if you see like all the sisterhoods make up Women's League for Conservative Judaism, and it's just broken down by regions. And that's the best way to really look at it.
It's going to take a long time because it was always sisterhood. So none of us ever knew it any other way.
Right.
It takes a while. I mean, I still find some people using the word branch and then they trip over, but most people now have moved from branch to region and have accepted it. This is a different concept, exactly. And I agree with Grace. I think that using it with a slash in between or sisterhood affiliates or whatever, just till people get used to the term. And they're thinking that this is it. I know my own sisterhood is known. We changed it a number of years ago when we merged. We merged 3 synagogues together in Winnipeg and 3 conservative synagogues, and the sisterhoods came together. And so we ended up calling it Women's League of Congregation Its Kind. It's a mouthful. I hate writing out a check. I tell you, I mean everything, because it's just forever. And but we're used to it now. We just don't think of it any other way. So
think of it as inclusive. That's what we're trying to be.
Exactly.
Of all groups, no matter how they refer to themselves.
Right. Barbara?
Yes, I started also writing like sisterhood affiliates because, you know, I don't think we're ready for affiliates. You know what it is? I don't think most of our sisterhoods in our region are still sisterhoods. So I think, you know, until we start to change.
That's fine. As I say, they're not saying you can't use the term, but they would prefer affiliates because we're changing. There's going to be a period of time where you have to get accustomed to this, and it may not fly. Who knows? We just don't know. This may be tougher for people to.
I'm just going to show you this.
They have sisterhood.
Women's League has the
new one.
Yes.
And it's got sisterhood on it. Well, how do you like that?
Yes.
Well, that's interesting.
Handbook for sisterhoods. Women's League and Sisterhood, the partnership enriching Jewish women worldwide.
And that was just, I think that wasn't that just, isn't that the new one? That's a new one, I think. No, maybe the affiliate one.
This is the new one.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I jump in here, please? This is
this is not
also from East Meadow Bethel Jewish Center. We currently call ourselves the Sisterhood of East Meadow Bethel Jewish Center. We're not the affiliate of of East Meadow Bethel. You know, it just, I don't know that it really works for us.
Yeah. No. Refer to yourself. I mean, not with the name. That's your actual name. So we wouldn't ask you, I don't think, to change that. I'm going to take this back. I'm going to say that there was some pushback, and I use that as an example because it's true.
I don't think in that
Can I add something?
The intention, wait a second, the intention is not to have any sisterhood change the sisterhood in their name. It's just the way that Women's League on an international level and the region leadership will be referring to all the sisterhood affiliates. Nobody should change their name.
No.
Yeah. I think it makes a connection between the individual sisterhood to say that we're part of a larger organization.
Yeah.
So I think it may help. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're listening.
Oh, okay. I think it will help let the sisterhoods know that they're, because very often in my sisterhood, the women really don't understand, no matter how much we tell them, that we're part of Women's League.
Right.
There's a difference between affiliate and member.
No, I think that the term affiliate is a generic term meaning whatever the synagogue group calls itself, that is the entity that is the affiliate of Women's League. So it's a generic term. It doesn't title the group at all. It's just a generic term referring to it. And about that, I think maybe the bylaws, both the international and the region bylaws, need a little tweaking, because we do accept individual members that are not members of an affiliate, and they are not mentioned in this at all.
Yeah, they are. They're completely, it's been completely addressed now, Jerry. There's,
Yeah.
it's actually been in our region bylaws since 2016, but now
Right.
it's even addressed in terms of their eligibility to hold roles and, leadership positions in the new international bylaws. And then, so Randy had mentioned the region bylaws before. Do you remember when you mentioned that? And
Yeah.
just to use as a guideline, those are really just a template for each of the regions and each of
it has to be personalized. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Somewhere I have the new bylaws, and yes, you're right, Grace. I remember the individuals.
They are there. Yeah.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, and they're
I
very
stand corrected.
important.
Yeah.
The individual members are very important, and they've grown exponentially in numbers.
Since Zoom, since we've come through this.
So not to beat a dead horse. However, I was just thinking that we used to say somewhere on my thing that we were, this is Terry Fields from Midway Jewish Center. So we used to say that we were Midway Jewish Center Sisterhood, a proud member of BQLI and WLCJ. But so now I would say women's, Midway Jewish Center Sisterhood, comma, an affiliate, a proud affiliate of, and just that, and just like that. Okay, sorry, enough is enough. Okay.
I think Lori wanted to say something.
No, I think I was going to say the same thing. I mean, it is a mouthful, and I think I think Ronnie was speaking, having just consolidated, it's a mouthful already. But we could certainly say on our letterhead and our logo, whatever, sisterhood and affiliate of Women's League.
Right, it's a masthead.
That's the way to do it.
You're supposed to have that anyway.
Yeah. So that's great. I think, I'm glad we had this discussion, and it's something new and it's different. And so we have to digest it a little bit, but you have to be comfortable with it, and you'll play with it at the region level, and then you'll play with it. The sisterhoods will grapple with it too and see, and you'll help them with it. So if they go.
Randy, I have a question. This is
Yes.
Carol Greenberg.
Okay.
Going back to what you said about the mission statement of the different regions.
Mm-hmm.
So is it conceivable that the different regions would have a different mission, or what you outlined, would that be the same mission for each affiliate, for each region?
They all have their own. It's what you want to do with it. I have actually, just a minute, I had something. I have some information about, I can't find it now, but I will look for it again. It was actually examples of how to write a mission statement.
I have them.
No, I know I've got it, but you know what? I know, Gloria, you know what I'm going to do is I've got it here, but I will take it and I will send it to Barbara, and we can send it to all, then you'll have it. So that it gives them an example if they haven't got.
It was three choices.
Yeah, exactly. That of what you want to do. It doesn't have to be the same. I mean, some people are all about fundraising. Some of them only raise money just for the congregation. They do not go out at all, and they don't raise any money that goes outside the congregation. And some of them just interested in educational. Some are interested in yoga and exercise classes, and some of it says that it's interesting.
But that would be for the individual affiliates, not for the region. The region would have a broader.
That's the affiliates. That's the affiliates.
Yeah.
But for the region, the mission. But your mission is really very good. And but you may want to look. I think you should be looking at it every 3 to 5 years. The beginning of an administration is a good time. You've got new blood on there, especially your region. I mean, you've got 14 new people sitting there, other ideas, and it may be nice to sit down and see what they bring to the table and give you ideas you may not have even thought of.
Thank you.
That you'd like to go. Anyway, we took it all for questions and not with. Anybody do you want to take a longer break, or should we continue on?
I think maybe we should continue unless there are other questions.
Yeah. No, well, that we can even ask. Okay, so Gloria, you're up, right?
I am on. I just need.
You and I are talking. Nobody else answered. So it's okay.
I am ready.
Sorry about that. Okay.
That's quite all right. Ladies, this chart shows the organization pictorially. Some of us are better looking at things rather than just hearing about them. This was my first time using the new PowerPoint, and I didn't quite get everything in that I wanted to get in. So let me make a few comments. The positions on the right are your executive committee, and they should have a line that goes up to Barbara. They answer directly to Barbara. The Israel Affairs and Advocacy position and the Health Education, they answer to the Vice President of Education and Engagement. So that line should have been brought over here. And I should have added in the literacy team to Lisa Cohn, I need to add Carol Greenberg. So this is basically, if you see, and you operate, BQLI operates with a team approach. And all team members report to their team chairs, who then reports to the appropriate vice president, who then reports to the president. And then the remainder of the executive committee on the right answers directly to Barbara. And then all of the sisterhood affiliate presidents also report directly to Barbara. So she is the main man. And if anyone has any questions, please ask. All region correspondence, including emails, should be forwarded to your president, Barbara, for reviewing before release. Please do not send anything out of BQLI without her okay. One accidental misspelling sent out could cause embarrassment to the region as well as Barbara. And never, never hit Barbara with a surprise. Remember, she is responsible for what happens in this region. She should not be caught off guard. I know she would appreciate that. Are there any questions about the region structure? Or who reports to whom? No questions? Okay, Randy, you want to take off?
Yeah, we're going to discuss communication now. Communication is the imparting of knowledge or information. It is a mutual exchange of facts, opinions, thoughts, and or emotions involving presentation and reception. The purpose of communication is to inform, inspire, encourage, instruct or educate, persuade, entertain, and thank. We use many methods to communicate. We communicate verbally, silently, body language, descriptive language, modulation of voice, loud, soft, fast, slow, visual aids, eye contact, and facial expressions, a smile, a frown, or concern. A good communicator uses several methods of communication while delivering a message. Whether speaking in front of a group or calling a member to ask her to accept an assignment, your preparation can directly affect the results. Smile, even on the phone, smile. They can feel the smile over the phone and what you're saying. Think positively. Prepare materials carefully using a style natural to you. Don't just phone and you'll go by the seat of your pants. So make sure you have points or something, so that think it out in your mind of what you want to ask them to do for you, or what the purpose of the call is. And when I say using a style natural to you, sometimes you like the way you've heard someone speak and you want to use that phrasing or thing, and make sure that it rolls off your tongue easily. Sometimes that you just don't speak like that, or I don't speak like that. So make sure you're comfortable with it. Sound enthusiastic and confident of the success of the project you're discussing. Instill a sense of pride and quality in all aspects of affiliate endeavors. Convey the importance of the members' participation. It's key. And one way to do that is to use an intimate, direct style, using the words we and our. Keeping the lines of communication open is vital to your success. All the planning and diversity of programs do not matter a whit if no one knows about who you are, what you do, and what you plan to do. There are many communication methods available within Women's League. Your region bulletin, BQLI publishes a bulletin each week. It's terrific. I think it's a beautiful piece of work. Mail, formal or memo, don't forget to use snail mail. People are going away from it. It's more expensive, of course, because you have to pay for postage. But remember some of the things that it may be worthwhile to use that. Thank you notes is a perfect example for that, is to sit down and write a thank you note on a card and mail it. It goes a long way, and people appreciate it. And the next time you phone and ask them to do something, they may remember receiving that note from you. Texting is on a number of occasions. I've had difficulty getting one of my chairs to return a call or my email. When I reach the point of almost pulling my hair out, I've tried texting, and it works in many cases. Some women are using only text. They don't even look at their email as much. They use texting to get back and forth. So that's just a pointer that you might be able to use if you're having difficulty. Voicemail, Facebook, the Women's League website, your region website, Women's League week, and the Women's League Shabbat messages are all important articles, and they're such a wonderful means of communication. And remember, expectations must be communicated clearly and frequently. Do not assume that there is an awareness. Articulate explicit goals and vision, emphasizing the meaning and the work you do. Do it in your board and your teams. Make sure the vice president speaks to the directors or the different chairs within your team. Make sure they know exactly what you want from them and what you expect. Always explain the big picture and illustrate how their task is important and how it fits directly into that big picture. All messages should be returned. If you cannot talk when the call comes in, or respond to a message when a message is received, take a moment to respond that you are busy. You'll call them in an hour. You'll call them back at the next day or the next week, but respond, always respond. Communicate job descriptions, tasks and deadlines, etc. very clearly, and follow up with a letter or an email. Just say, it was great talking to you the other day. As we discussed, and what your expectations are and what the conversation entail. Ensure you contact your parallel chair in all your affiliates or sisterhoods on a regular basis. Set the time up with them during your first call and suggest once every 2 months that you'll meet with them, or once every 3 months. Set a time of day for these regular meetings that works for both of you. Double check with their contact information so that your records and complete correct. Just let me read that again. Double check with their contact information so that your records are complete and correct. If they have both a home phone and a cell phone, ask them which one they prefer you using and make a note of that. Many of the questions we received from you related to an explanation of your responsibilities with respect to the position you have accepted. 99% of them were related to that. It is the responsibility of the president, Barbara, and your specific vice president to outline your responsibilities, their expectations, timelines when there are some, etc. As this is a new administration, this is a good time to define your expectations in each portfolio so that everyone is on the same page and there are no misunderstandings right from the start. If you are not sure of what the expectations are, you cannot possibly be successful. Therefore, and we've gone over this a couple of times, I would suggest that at the first board meeting, Barbara set aside time to review the job descriptions for all her executive committee and all the board members in attendance. In this way, everyone hears the responsibilities of the entire board so that they are familiar with their counterparts. The vice presidents can further meet with their teams and review with them again, outlining the specifics of that particular team. It's important to use a combination of all styles of communication to be successful. Now, I just wanted to, there were, like I said, most of the questions were all about the, just their job descriptions. They just wanted to know what their responsibilities are, what the expectations were. There were a couple, though, that I thought were interesting, so I just want to outline them for you. One woman asked, should I have my title on the board in my signature line below, or a different signature for the region and Women's League emails from my local sisterhood? The rule of thumb is that your signature line should reflect the content, the position that you use in the signature line should reflect the content of the email. Therefore, if you are writing about an affiliate program or whatever it is, use your affiliate position or title, your sisterhood position or title. If you are writing about the region, use your region position title. That takes away from everything. So you may need to have two. I mean, I have mine are a couple. I use different ones for them. There was another question. Someone asked, are there themes that Women's League wants us to follow this year? And if so, what resources are available? Just so you know, the theme for next year, the Torah Fund theme and the Women's League theme for the year usually are the same. And the theme for next year will remain the same as this year, B'yachad, together. They're not changing it at all. So we're going to go on. We didn't use it enough, and we need to. It's still together. We're still together. So that was one of the things. There were two questions that were specific from two chairs that are on of the team, and they were really wanted to see. One wanted to see about ritual involvement. That was Jerry Blum. And she wanted to know the involvement in the region. She'd like to see more ritual involvement in the region. Marcia Belgorod, she wanted to know, help her sisterhood in our region to share, with sisterhoods in the region, to share information about community fairs and social action, which are her areas of responsibility. Each of you are positioned well to do within your carry that out, your wishes out. You the ritual, Jerry, you are in on the education engagement team, and you're the head of the ritual portfolio. So that's something you bring together with your team that you'd like to do. That's your vision for this administration that you would like to do and have be successful at. And Marcia, you also you are positioned well to do this within your community affairs and social action team, action portfolio within the education and engagement team. And then spell that out when you meet with your vice president and just see, plan programs and plan events that get you there to make that become a reality. So other than that, everything was the responsibilities. I think once you get a copy of your bylaws, Barbara will lead you through all of that. And I think that's it. Are there any questions about that, about the community?
Barbara has a question.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the dog is barking. It's just like the first 2 weeks since I've been installed. So I am working about the bylaws and reaching out about to the executive committee. So little by little, and also some of the committee members such as Marsha and Jerry, a number of people will be writing articles. We have a schedule already for Shabbat readings. And we're gonna be, so give it a little time. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me.
Right.
But,
We have another question. Jamie Majewski has a question.
I imagine when we attend the Torah Fund seminar next week, they will share more about Torah Fund, but you did share that Biachad is going to remain the theme. Is there going to be a new pin design?
No, there isn't. So she will discuss that all with you. I mean, we didn't go into Torah Fund at all. I mean, that's my love. I love it. But I don't want to usurp anything she says. She's going to present to you. You've got a whole training session on that, which is marvelous. I'm just delighted to see this region do that. And but they're not going to do that. But they are giving you a lot of points to help you out with that. They're coming down with a lot of text and how to handle this and how you can make the campaign do well. I can share with you.
It came out today.
Yeah.
Talking points.
No, there's gonna be even more. There's talking points, but there'll be more for your Torah Fund, the Region Torah Fund vice presidents, as well as so that you can speak to your sisterhoods and your affiliates. I'm sorry, I'm tripping over it myself. The affiliates, so that to help them through it, because it's a difficult, it's a stumbling block. There's no doubt about it, because that's the marketing tool, our Torah Fund pins. But we've got a way around that. We're working on that. I just have to tell you, I mean, you're going to hear a lot about it, but last year when I was still, last campaign, when I was, when COVID hit, I was a nervous wreck thinking that the campaign was going to go down in flames. And all the women we came through beautifully. We were a little lower than the goal that was set, but the world had turned upside down. So the women knew that they still were able to do it. This year we were very concerned. I mean, the economy was really taking a hit. We didn't know what was doing in people's home. Not people were losing jobs. I don't have to go into it. And we're very close to making goal. The last I heard, we're right there. So while I'm talking, I just want to thank all of you who support Torah Fund. It's important. It's an important project, and I'm glad to see that we're going through even that. And we will be fine for the next campaign year too. For the next campaign, I really believe that. And there's going to be a lot of information coming out of the Torah Fund office for you to use.
Carol Friedman also has a question.
Yes, Carol.
Hi, I'm the communication vice president, and I noticed that our region page on the website is out of date. How do we go about updating that, or who's responsible for updating that?
I guess that's your job. You know what? You should get a committee together. It shouldn't be one person doing that.
I know what information I need. I just don't know how to change the website.
Yeah. You know what? I'll tell you what. I know that Lois Silverman really knows. She's the communication co-chair. Okay. I would go directly to her, send her an email, and just tell her that you want to do this. We put that in during my term, and it was really great. And we gave everybody instruction how to do it. There was a manual done and how you can do that. And every region had to have a webmaster. That worked beautifully the first year, but then when they started to change, when the regions changed administration, the websites in many cases didn't keep up because there was a new person in that job. And I think that's where you are now. So give Lois, email her and tell her that exactly what your position is and that you want to update it, and can she help you out and give you some advice. And she will. She's marvelous, and she'll walk you right through it. And there is a manual, so unless the technology's changed, it should be able to do that too. You'll have that.
Good. Karen Stelzer has a question also.
Yeah. Along these lines, rather than all of us vice presidents calling and speaking and taking up a lot of time, do you think maybe Lois could put together just an email that she could send to all of us, sending us in the right direction? If we're not able to do it, we'll be able to do it after July the 1st, or how to do it, or if we need assistance, because otherwise you're going to have all of us calling, and she's going to have to just keep going over the same ground over and over again and wasting her time.
Well, just a minute. You need to not. There's only one webmaster, I would think. So that's.
But people are saying they can't get into update. So what I'm saying is we need some direction.
There's one person controlling the web, your web page. So that would be your region webmaster if you have one. So that person is the one that should be in touch with her. And then you can, if you have a committee, that's great too. And you can all work together on that. So, but it should be your webmaster. I don't know, do you have, you sent me the list. I don't know if you have.
Yeah, we do, I thought.
Yeah, okay, I've got the list here, just a minute. So it would be under communication, I think. Anyway, if you do, if you don't, you assign one person that actually does the hands-on with it and would work with her. But everybody else should, if you see that there should be a committee that works on that so that you can decide what needs changing and what doesn't. And you may want to remodel the whole thing. That's up to you to do. So, but if you want to just get information up front, give her a call and or get a hold of her, get the information, and then you can set up, once you meet with your group and your team, and then you can decide how you want to move forward systematically, so that not everybody shouldn't be able to go in there at will and change anything on there. And Barbara should be involved in that as well. She should know what changes are coming down the pipe. Anyone else? Okay, well, so let's move on to leadership. Gloria?
We're just gonna give Anise a minute to come on.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, you are. Leadership. What is it? According to the dictionary, leadership is the action of leading a group or organization. Great definition. According to Wikipedia, leadership is both a research area and a practical skill encompassing the ability of an individual, group, or organization to, quote, lead, unquote, influence or guide other individuals, teams, or entire organizations. Both definitions suggest that there is someone or group that put the wheels in motion. What type of person does it take to do this? According to Henry Kissinger, the task of the leader is to get his people from where they have been to where they have not been. Former President Ronald Reagan said, "The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest things. He is the one that gets the people to do the greatest things." My favorite quote, and unfortunately the author is unknown to me, is leadership, taking responsibility for enabling others. Do you notice a pattern? The leader is not the doer, but the catalyst, using her or his influence to accomplish the goals of the organization. Are you a leader? Do you consider yourself a leader? What do you think of when someone mentions leadership? Brent Gleason, a former Navy SEAL and leadership strategist, wrote in a Forbes magazine that there are 10 unique perspectives on what makes a great leader. They have faith in their belief, or I would say they are passionate about what they are doing and are communicating this passion. Remember, enthusiasm begets enthusiasm. They make the hard choices. They earn the respect of the team. To do this, they should have the ability to show respect, empathy, and care to the team. They know the team. Do you know your team's strengths and weaknesses? Leaders have vision, take risk, use the team at hand to work on the challenges. Great leaders know that their team is the key to success and surround themselves with the best. This includes nurturing new leaders. They articulate a clear vision. Great leaders help their people reach their goals and are not afraid of having better people than them on the team. They appreciate these abilities. Leaders push people to do their best. Great leaders recognize that they serve a better cause. They lead others in the service of a cause greater than themselves. It's never about them. Leaders have a passion about what they do and will do whatever is necessary to accomplish the goal. Are you passionate about what you do for Women's League, for BQLI? The prominent leader leads by positive direction. Leadership is not about who is in charge. It's about ensuring that your team stays focused on the goals, keeping them motivated, and helping them to be the best they can be. And very important, do not lead by force. You cannot command respect. That will only antagonize. You can, however, command respect through your actions. Remember, actions speak louder than words. In addition to all the above, to become a great leader, keep promises. As Randy said, never make promises you are not sure you can keep. If you say you're going to do something, do it. And remember, you are a role model and as such should present an appropriate image. I don't mean that you need to go out and buy a new wardrobe, so don't blame me for anything. I'm talking about looking your best, neat, professional, and preferably no jeans or leggings if you are going out of your sisterhood affiliate. A great leader will listen to their team members, respect these comments, and they will respect you, as we talked about a few minutes ago. To be a good leader, commit to personal growth, and take your team along for the ride. Have open communication so that you and your team are comfortable when you ask for feedback. Now, does BQLI region have any opportunities to build leadership? Next slide. Thank you. As a region board member, you can provide opportunities to any member to become a leader. You could by encouraging all region women who show some leadership potential to attend conferences, convention, and the Women's League Leadership Development Institute. You can also provide opportunities by affording all region women the opportunity to take on new responsibilities. This can be done by gently suggesting that they try a new opportunity, accept a new responsibility, thereby allowing them to spread their wings. If you remember at installation, Barbara thanked Margie Miller for her encouragement. Margie's response was, that she only suggested that Barbara get more involved. You can also help by having region board members, especially team chairs, work with their teams to provide workshops for region events. And it might be good to ask perhaps an affiliate parallel chair to participate in these events. BQLI region board members, there are many, many opportunities for you to build leadership. You can further develop for the future by listening to different ideas and approaches to the same task. Does it really matter how it's done if the outcome is the same? You should partner each chair or team member with another woman so the task doesn't appear so overwhelming. And you should ensure that all board members know the big picture and how their participation fits into that picture. For future development, all members of the region should know the big picture and how her participation fits. This might entice someone to move into or up to another position in an affiliate or a region. You know, if someone sees something of interest in the big picture, they might say, I think I would like to get involved. So try some of these. You have a world of opportunity here. Are there any questions or ideas we can add to this? Randy, you want to take it away?
Sure. I think we're going to do the next slide. We started off with this and we're going to end with this. These are Gloria, this is Gloria's contact information. We'd love you to take it down, our emails and our phone numbers, and don't hesitate to call either one of us if you think of any other questions after leaving the session this evening. We'd be open to speaking to you, and I promise I will get back to you with answers to the ones that the webpage and all the things I said we would. Gloria and I would like to thank Anise once again for her assistance with the technology. We appreciate your time and expertise very, very much. And we thank all of you for attending this evening. It was wonderful meeting you, and we look forward to the day where we can meet you in person,
Awesome.
up close and personal. We're meeting you in person, but we want to get close. And you've got a wonderful region, and you really are the envy of a lot of the other regions. I got to tell you, you run really
Southern.
well. So, so if there's nothing else, please, as I say, it's not an empty request. Please feel free to contact us anytime, and we'd be happy to help with anything. Barbara.
Yeah, we want to thank you both, Randy and Gloria, for this informative presentation. It's obvious that hours of planning was involved, and I'm looking forward to seeing both of you next Tuesday at the Sisterhood President Training. So remember, pass the word on to your Sisterhood presidents. And again, Anise, thank you so much for all your assistance this evening to make this a smooth Zoom evening. And I'm looking forward to working with each one of you. And I'll be reaching out, and feel free to contact me and read the Shabbat greetings, and let's have a successful term for 3 years, and feel free to reach out to me. As I said, it's just the beginning, so give me a little time to send everything to you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. Yes, thank you again. Good luck to everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. You ladies were wonderful.
Thank you, Shirley.
This was a very good program. Very good.
Thank you.
Really, very informative and lovely. It was just very, very nicely done.
Thanks, Gloria and Randy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm glad we could do it. Thank you, Annette, again.
Yeah,
One of
again,
the
thank
best
you.
ones I've been to.
Yeah, good luck to all of you, and welcome to the 14 new board members.
Oh, yes.
You are the envy of all other regions that you could bring. Sorry, great job, Grace.
Grace, yes. Thanks again.
Bye.
I just want to say thank you all for taking the time out, spending the evening here.